Conversion Booster, how to instantly stuff your opt-in list with hungry buyers. Introduction to Conversion Booster. The goal of any opt-in marketing campaign is to get as many email subscribers as possible. This requires making the most out of the traffic you have, however, little or much that is. Fortunately, even if you get very little traffic to your opt-in form, you can maximize your conversions in order to get more subscribers with the same amount of traffic. These tweaks have the potential to greatly increase your conversion rate, potentially doubling, tripling or more the subscribers you get from the same amount of traffic. There are countless guides out there, which could teach you to bring in more traffic to your opt-in pages. This is not one of them. If you want to learn how to get more traffic, there are plenty of guides available that can help you. This one focuses on making the most of the traffic you have by building the highest converting opt-in form/squeeze page possible. In this report, you are going to learn about a number of different tricks you can use to boost your conversions in order to get more opt-ins from your traffic. Even if your traffic level never increases, you will find your opt-in list swelling faster than ever before. Additionally, before you even think of buying paid traffic, you'll want to ensure your conversions are the highest they can possibly be so your money isn't wasted. So let's get started. Testing. Tweaking. One critical thing to remember is that no particular opt-in trick is going to work for 100% of people. Different types of traffic respond better to different elements. What works for someone in the weight loss niche may not work for someone in the golf niche or the knitting niche. Blog traffic may respond better to one element, while traffic to social media accounts may respond better to something completely different. This is where the importance of testing and tweaking comes to light. It doesn't really matter if you choose to use software to do a split test or you do it manually. What matters is making changes until your conversions increase significantly. There are three major things to test and tweak, but several different elements for each one. These three main categories are opt-in page/form type, squeeze page elements. Testing these elements will allow you to improve your conversion significantly, perhaps as much as 1000%, as you'll see from one of the examples explored in this report. Types of opt-in boxes. There are many different types of opt-in boxes, and it's important to test different types in order to find out which type works best for your traffic. Popover. If you're a regular internet user, you've almost certainly seen popover opt-in boxes. These boxes pop up on a web page over the content, obscuring the content from view. Some webmasters and bloggers refuse to use these, because they claim their visitors will get annoyed and leave, but that isn't true. Yes, they can annoy some visitors, but as long as the box is easy to close and doesn't pop up too often, it won't bother the majority of users. In fact, many people may be glad to have an easy way to opt in for more information, especially if they've enjoyed your content. Marketingsherpa.com posted an article about how they increased their conversion rate by 1000% by using a popover opt-in form. You can read that article in its entirety here, http://www.marketingsherpa.com/article/case-study/how-to-get-1000-increase. Lightbox. A lightbox is a type of pop-up box that pops onto the page itself, darkening the page in order to draw attention to the opt-in box. Some people find this too intrusive, but they can be remarkably effective. Darren Rouse of ProBlogger.com made a post on his blog that stated how he experienced a huge increase in opt-ins once he added a lightbox opt-in form. Not only that, but his traffic did not decrease at all. So the lightbox was not putting off visitors. He increased his opt-in conversion rate without decreasing his visitors. Splash page. Splash pages are becoming more popular these days. A splash page is basically just a very short page that is shown upon someone's first visit to a website or blog. This page offers the visitor the opportunity to subscribe for more information, or to keep up to date on the latest information from that site. You may hear some people refer to splash squeeze pages as being pushy, but think of it this way. Many people actually do want to be informed about subjects they are interested in. This type of squeeze page gives visitors the chance to opt in, and if they choose not to subscribe, they aren't shown the page again. If you use this type of squeeze page, be sure you make it so it will not keep showing it to visitors every time. At the bottom of the page, visitors should be presented with a link to skip to the main site if they don't want to opt into your list. In post, another potential location for your opt-in form is within your blog posts or articles. If you have great content, this can be remarkably effective, because the quality of your content will naturally make people want to hear more from you. This type of box works best when you put it at the end of your blog posts or articles and use text such as "if you like this article." Enter your name and email address for more content like it. Feature box. Many blogs have a featured area at the top that is typically used for displaying featured posts, but this can be one of the most effective places to include your opt-in form. In fact, you can even have special functionality built into your blog that will replace the opt-in form with featured posts or something else once the visitor has subscribed. This means you won't lose that valuable space by wasting it on people who have already joined your list. Opt-in bars. An opt-in bar sits as a small strip at the top or bottom of the page. It is less obtrusive than other types of opt-in forms, but it may be less noticeable. The good news is that because this type is so subtle, you can use it along with other types of forms to draw additional attention. Many people prefer to use the slide-up opt-in form, which is a type of opt-in bar. Whenever the mouse hovers near the end of the page, the form slides up and asks for the opt-in. You can use a service like Instant Slide Up to create this type of bar on your site. http://www.instantslideup.com. Another service called HelloBar lets you create a bar that lets you add a thin strip with a message at the top of your page. Whenever a visitor clicks that bar, the opt-in form will drop down. Sidebar opt-in. One of the most popular locations for an opt-in form these days is in the sidebar of a blog or website. It is simple to set this up using a blog, because a text widget makes it easy to paste the code for your opt-in form. This location isn't a good space for a generic opt-in form. You'll want to offer something enticing to get visitors to join your list, because you have very little space with which to convince them to subscribe. A free report or ebook is usually a good choice. You could also create a highly clickable banner and place that in your sidebar, linking it to your regular squeeze page. This will allow you to use your sidebar while still making the most of your traffic with a well-designed squeeze page. Types of squeeze pages. You may be surprised to know that the length of your squeeze page can make a huge difference to conversions. Some people feel strongly that a short squeeze page is best, but long squeeze pages can perform better in certain situations. Short squeeze pages actually do perform better in many cases. You may be tempted to think that more is better, but when it comes to squeeze pages, short and sweet is usually the better option. When all you're asking for is an email address, and you're not depending on Google, which isn't fond of short squeeze pages, for traffic, a short-form squeeze page will generally outperform a longer squeeze page by a large margin. Long squeeze pages are required if you're trying to get a lot of traffic from Google, especially AdWords. They want to see a long squeeze page with your logo, information about what you're offering, and a lot more. Video squeeze pages are increasingly popular these days, because they can be very effective in many niches, and because they allow you to pack a powerful punch in terms of impact. Videos convey information very effectively, and now that most people have fast internet, they make more sense than ever before. When creating a video squeeze page, you want to have a minimalistic design. If a design is too fancy, it will overwhelm the video and distract attention away from it, negating the power of the video itself. Instead, use a design that has few graphics and where the colors complement the video without distracting from it. Many people use a dark background for videos because it makes the video stand out. However, be sure the text elements on the page are still easy to read, perhaps by putting them on a white background. One easy way to do this is by making the opt-in form appear to be on an index card, piece of paper, post-it, note, or other similar element. Otherwise, you may want to make the entire page on a white background. Remember, you won't need a lot of text if you have a video. All you'll really need is a call to action that asks people to subscribe and tells them why they should, along with your privacy statement. Squeeze page elements. There are a number of different squeeze page elements that you can test and tweak to improve your conversions. Some of these elements are critical, and others are not, but still important. However, testing how they interact together can sometimes make elements that aren't as important much more effective. For example, template colors aren't generally critical. However, when you combine a certain template color with a certain headline, the results might be drastically better than when you use either element on its own. This is why it's so important to test various things. Headline. The headline is generally considered the most critical element of any sales or squeeze page because it's the first thing people usually read. If the headline doesn't capture attention and generate interest in the first few seconds, you've probably lost the visitor for good. In fact, aside from the type of squeeze page you use and the location of your opt-in form, the headline is the one thing you absolutely must test if you want to get the best conversions possible. If you think you've chosen the perfect headline to convey your message but it just isn't performing as well as you think it should, don't be afraid to test subtle variations. Sometimes all you really need to do to a headline is change the wording slightly or change the way the text is highlighted or underlined and your conversions will increase. It's a good idea to make your headline into a graphic, because you can stylize the text and add more attractive highlights, underlines and other elements to draw attention much easier than you can with standard text. Subheadlines. Your subheadline is another element that can make a big difference in conversions. While it's generally not as critical as the headline, it still plays an important role in converting visitors. Bullet points. If your squeeze page contains bullet points, you might want to test not only the content of the bullet points, but also the wording. Bullet points are especially important for letting people know exactly what they'll be getting when they subscribe to your list, so they need to be good. If you're giving away a free report or other freebie, your bullet points should describe the key benefits of obtaining it. Let them know what they will learn inside the report. More importantly, let them know what this information could potentially do for them. For example, instead of saying, "Learn the secrets of NLP," say, "Learn the secrets of NLP and uncover the powerful methods top executives use to get anything they want, from more sales to promotions, raises and more. Double your income." Images. Images are another important element of squeeze pages. There are many different types of images that are useful on squeeze pages. For example, arrows, check marks, or other small graphics that draw attention to your bullet points and other important text. Graphic headlines that draw more attention than standard text, including highlighting, underlining and other attention grabbers. Opt-in box background or frame to help draw attention to the form. Graphical subscribe button to encourage clicks. Header, footer, background, and other design elements. One mistake you will want to avoid is using too many graphical elements. If you make the page too graphics heavy, it could distract people from your message. Additionally, graphics take longer to load than text, so people on slower connections may not be patient enough to wait for everything to load. If you have too many images, opt-in form fields. The most effective opt-in forms use the fewest possible fields. The more information you ask for, the more likely people are to avoid subscribing. Although, you may get more subscriptions if you only ask for an email address, you should also ask for their first name so you can personalize emails. You may get slightly fewer subscribers, but in this case, they will be much more profitable if the emails are personalized. Text colors. In general, text colors should always be black or dark gray. You don't want to use bright or distracting colors, because they can be difficult to read on a white background. And you'll almost always want to use a white background for the main text area of your squeeze page, because it's easier to read. Template colors. The colors you use for your template can also have a surprising effect on conversions. Different colors affect the human brain in different ways. Choose your colors carefully in order to match your niche and the psychology of what you want to achieve. Here is a good guide to the use of color in web design with regards to psychology. http://vandalidesign.com/blog/design/the-psychology-of-color-in-web-design font size. Be careful with the sizes of the fonts you use. If your fonts are too small, many people will have trouble reading the text. If they are too large, it will make the page look unprofessional and make it frustrating to read. Keep fonts at a size that is just readable. Anything larger or smaller will likely decrease conversions. Template style, you may want to test multiple template styles as well. The design of your page, the graphics, layout, and everything else can have a huge impact on conversions. Believe it or not, a beautiful design often converts worse than something simple. When you have an aesthetically pleasing or impressive design, people are sometimes so distracted by it that they fail to take action. This results in poor conversions. This isn't always true, so that is why testing is so vital. Eye flow, always keep in mind the way the eye flows through your squeeze page. You want the eye to flow from the most important element, usually your headline, down through your bullet points and finally to the opt-in box. If you're using an opt-in box on your page, make sure the eye flows naturally to it. For example, place the box at the end of articles so the eye, which is naturally already flowing downward to read the content, will notice it. Privacy statement. Don't forget to include a privacy statement on your squeeze page or on or near your opt-in form. This doesn't have to be extremely in-depth unless you need to comply with AdWords terms. Just state something like, "We respect your privacy. We will never share your information with anyone else, for any reason." Final words. If your email marketing campaign isn't generating the kind of response you're hoping for in regards to yielding subscribers, it's time to take a long, hard look at some ways you can change this. By looking at various elements of your squeeze page or opt-in form, you can test and tweak different elements in order to see which ones generate the highest response. By combining high response elements, you can craft a squeeze page that improves conversions dramatically, perhaps even boosting them by up to 1000%. Once you've improved conversions, you can start focusing on driving more traffic. Until then, concentrate on making improvements and testing until you're happy with your conversions. Please hit the subscribe button for the support of our channel and share our videos for more new upcoming content. We are very happy to create new ideas and review for everyone. God bless and happy listening.